Well, if you've seen that intro before, I'm sure you've actually been with me for quite a while. That's an intro I had a few years ago. I don't know, I just decided to put it in there, I thought it was different. But anyway, I am BlackOpsAmazing, welcome back to another Black Ops 3 Zombies video on my channel. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at Black Ops 2. The characters, remember when we had Misty, Stuhlinger, Samuel, and Malton? I believe that's who those characters we really didn't like too much were. What actually happened to them? Did they die? They seem to just disappear after Buried Origins. We never heard about them again. We know we're not going to be playing as them in Shadows of Evil or the Giant for Black Ops 3 Zombies. So what actually happened to these characters? Now, I've already done a few videos on these. It would have been a year and a half ago now. But a lot of people really still don't know what happened to these characters. So I thought to go back in time and take a look at the start of these characters' life and the short ending they also had as well. It was a very short lifespan, I guess you could say. So how were these characters actually brought into Black Ops 2 Zombies? Well, these were the 4 survivors that survived the 3 rockets hitting the Earth. If you remember, at the end of Moon, we sent 3 rockets to destroy the Earth. Well, at least that's what we thought it would do. We thought it would kill the zombies, but it actually just made, you know, a whole apocalypse a lot worse. And these characters actually survived them 3 rockets hitting the Earth. So that's why these are presumably the characters we are playing, because these are the only 4 survivors. There may be others out there, but as far as we know, these are the 4 survivors that survived those 3 rockets hitting the Earth, and that's why we are playing as these characters. Now, we know at this time Richthofen is controlling the zombies. He is the announcer. That's why the zombies have blue eyes. And although his body was stuck up there in the MPD pyramid on the moon, he decided he wanted to be down on Earth so he could get stuff done, because obviously, you know, he can control the zombies, do stuff, mess around with stuff, but he actually can't control anything that actually goes down on Earth and can't really do much because he isn't in control of anyone's body. So he decided these 4 characters that were left on Earth that survived, he was going to trick them into you know, doing stuff for him, and eventually so he could take over one of their bodies, which was actually Samuel. So, you know, his end task was to take over Samuel's body so Richthofen could do whatever he needed to do. So he started off by befriending these 4 characters, or pretending that he was their only option for survival, saying to them, you know, if you don't do what I tell you to do, you're not going to survive this zombie apocalypse. So that's exactly what they did, all through Transit, all through Die Rise, all through Buried, and that was where it actually ended for those characters. So through Transit, they did what Richthofen asked them to do. There was also the Maxis Easter egg as well, but the Richthofen side is what inevitably leads them to their unimpending doom of death. So, like I said, in Transit, they did what Richthofen wanted them to do. We then went on to Die Rise, where again, they did what Richthofen wanted them to do. If you take a look at the intro cutscene for Die Rise, you will actually see that the characters die. Whilst completing the tasks for Richthofen, you will see that the characters end up dying and just getting eaten by the zombies. And Richthofen actually teleports back in time where the characters are alive so they can complete this task again. And every time these characters actually die playing one of these maps, whether it's Transit, Buried, Die Rise, Richthofen actually goes back in time up to the point where they were all alive so they can complete this task again. And we know this through the Die Rise cutscene. You will actually see that we see the dude, I can't remember his name, I think it's Stuhlinger or someone like that. Malton, Misty, Stuhlinger. You will actually see Stuhlinger die, get eaten by a zombie. But then when we actually play the game, he's actually alive. And this is because Richthofen has gone back in time up to the point where he was alive so they can try and complete this task in Die Rise again. And we also know this because we hear Samuel say, we've actually been here before. Have we actually been here before? And that's because he can kind of remember things that the other characters can't. He can remember that he's been here before, but he's not sure when. And they've actually been there before because all the characters were there before, but obviously Stuhlinger died, so Richthofen sent them back in time so they could do this whole map again.
I don't understand. Why are you doing this? Why me? Travel where? Don't you get it? There's nothing left! Oh, how did you... What? What do you mean, mend the rift? Well, maybe I don't wanna. Huh? Did you think of that? Oh, you can't tell them about the flesh! What I did, they'd kill me if they knew. Ah, shit!
If you're gonna talk to your imaginary friends, Stu, you might want to wait till you're in a Z-free zone. Ah!
Get over here, now!
Come on, come on!
What do we do now?
We arm up, find a good place to defend, kick ass, that's it.
I don't understand.
What are you talking about, Stuhlinger? Misty made it pretty clear.
Except for fate, begin anew!
We're going down! We're going down fighting! Ah!
Have we been here before?
And again, you could see it there, all the characters at the end died. Richthofen teleported then, that was what that blue glow was at the end. All the 4 characters all came back, and Samuel said, have we been here before? So Richthofen sent them back in time, they all just died in the elevator to start the Die Rise Easter egg again. So once Richthofen had got them to do everything he wanted them to do in Die Rise, and they were all still alive and well, he could then move up to Buried, where he would do his final stage before he could take over Samuel. So it's kind of like, you know, Richthofen was using them. He needed all of the 4 characters alive to complete his task. If one of them went, then he couldn't complete what he needed to do. So he would go back in time up until they would actually complete every single task for him. So now over to Buried. We know that at the end of this map, Samuel finally becomes a zombie, or actually Richthofen finally takes over Samuel's body. That's why you can see Samuel's eyes glowing blue. He kind of like glows blue for a certain amount of time, then they will go back. It's because Samuel and Richthofen are fighting for that body. Richthofen's trying to take over it, and Samuel is trying to get it back. So basically Richthofen has completed everything he wants to do. Now there's a certain round called Round Infinity within the map Buried in. And within that, you will actually see the characters go forward in time up until Round Infinity, and they have to actually survive this wave. And what you actually have to do in Round Infinity is find your dead bodies. So you will actually see all 4 of these characters' bodies lying dead on the ground, which means sometime in the future from Buried, all of these characters actually died on Round Infinity, which, you know, explains what happened to these characters. They all ended up dying. That's why in Buried, we never actually saw them again after that. We moved on to Origins and Black Ops 3. We've moved on to new characters. That was the ending for these characters. Some people thought, you know, Treyarch just killed them off, or actually just, you know, decided to end their storyline without telling us what happened to them. Well, they did tell us what happened to them through the Easter egg, through Round Infinity. They found their dead bodies lying on the ground. That's because they all died on Round Infinity. You know, Richthofen completed everything he wanted to do. He no longer needed them. He no longer needed to send them back in time. So they all ended up dying on this Round Infinity. So it was a really sad ending for these characters. You know, they really didn't get the send-off they deserved, although they were pretty lame. There was Misty. Everyone liked Misty for reasons. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. But all these characters died on Round Infinity, guys. Richthofen no longer needed them. At least that's what I am trying to remember. I haven't played this game for over 2 years. I've tried to do my best to explain it for you guys. I know a lot of you guys were interested on what happened to these characters. But if you actually go and play the Easter egg now, at least the Richthofen side, you will see that the characters actually all die on Round Infinity. Now, there is Max's side as well, but I believe you might have to do this same part, do Round Infinity. So I believe that it still happens even if you do the Max's side of the Easter egg as well. But you can let me know what you think down in the comment section below, guys. We probably won't be seeing these characters again then if they are dead, unless we get some more information about them in Black Ops 3, or get some kind of little Easter eggs about them in Black Ops 3. If you'd like to know anything else about the zombie storyline, or anything else about Black Ops 3 zombies, Black Ops 2, how something was created in zombies, anything, let me know and I will feature you in the next video. This was actually recommended by some of you guys, so I thought to try and cover it again. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Share it around. I've put a lot of effort into it, so if we could go for 500 like ratings, that would be awesome. It only takes a second, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I can't thank you guys enough. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more videos like this. I've been BlackOpsAmazing. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace out.
I want to